Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
We are back with our second half hour. We're having a good time, Loa,
Yeah.
on today's show.
But we got to switch it right now because this is what we're coming into is disturbing on our morning buzz. The country's
on morning buzz,
right.
but also in addition to the shooting in Charleston, which we're going to be talking about on the morning buzz coming up, we do have segment star Valerie Milano, and she's going to be sharing all of the star-studded action at the Prism Awards, and then of course there's the Taste of Sunrise that's coming up as
yes.
well.
Always
Tomato
looking forward to
carpaccio, and
Yes.
so
Yum.
that's coming up next. But as Loa said, it's time for the morning buzz. Joining us is Michael Givens in Charleston. We actually have someone there on the scene where the horrific shooting took place.
We've got him with us via Skype, so that's a nice twist this morning.
Michael is our cousin. Michael's our producer, Kevin Ryan's cousin. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Joseph and Loa.
So how close are you?
I wish I was talking to you about fly fishing and martinis and Father's Day instead of what we're going to discuss.
Yes, we do too.
Exactly.
We do too,
It
but
was
thank
such
you
a-
for being with us.
It's a tragedy, and I think all of America is heartbroken. The idea that you would be in church and not be safe from this kind of harm. Michael, how close were you to the events?
Well, actually, I was with a group of students of mine, and I was down the street about, I would say about maybe 6 blocks from them.
And this was while this was happening?
Yes, sir.
And you heard it?
Could you hear it at 6 blocks?
Oh, no,
away?
no. I didn't hear it. In fact, you know, I left probably right after it happened, and a police car was flying by, and you know, I didn't know about it till I got home, and I got some message about it.
I'm curious what the mood
Yeah,
of the city
what's the
is.
local morale feeling where you are?
Well, overall, you know, I have to say, you know, life goes on and people are continuing, but there's definitely a pall over the city.
What over the city?
He said appall.
It's like
Pall.
it's like a pall over it. You know, it's like everybody is sort of, you know, shocked and stunned.
Did you know anyone that went to the church? That was a member of that church?
Well, actually, I had met Senator Pinckney before, but I have friends that actually are friends with some of the families that were lost.
I would like to know what your response is to the comments by State Senator Clement Pinckney, who I'm not quoting, but alluded to state senators' opposition to concealed carry laws and that might have led to the tragedy there.
Well, I would say what led to the tragedy was the insanity of one man. I mean, there's plenty of people that have differing opinions, whether they're political or whether they have to do with guns or anything else, but that doesn't mean they go into a church and kill people over it.
Well,
So,
it's
you know,
interesting
I don't see any other answer for it. I'm not a doctor, but I think somebody going into a church and murdering 9 people is a perfect definition of insanity.
I like that you use the word insanity. We're wondering what the racial tension is happening right now where you are.
Well, actually, I live in a neighborhood that is very mixed. I mean, on 3 sides of my house, I've got you know, black neighbors and a white family next to me, and I don't notice any difference. And you know, I went shopping yesterday for a little bit, and I really don't see any difference. Nobody is happy. Everybody's upset about it, but it's not like we're like a bubbling cauldron that's about to explode.
Well, is there a sense that this maybe has brought the community together? That's the first question. The second question is, I understand that the Reverend Al Sharpton is shooting a live show down there, and he's, in my opinion, a rabble-rouser. What is the sense that your neighbors, your people have about Al Sharpton being there?
Well, first, your first question is, yeah, I would say that it's definitely bringing people together, because it's obviously it's a horrible thing, and this can happen anywhere in the world, but now it's happened here in Charleston, and it's I mean, to say it's upsetting is to demean it. I mean, it's shocking and it's horrible. As far as Sharpton coming here, I would say he'll do more harm than good. and I hope that it doesn't turn into, a series of riots. I don't see it. I don't think that Charleston is like that. This isn't a situation where, like in Ferguson, where a policeman shot somebody and the whole neighborhood, the whole community was able to say that they were angry at an organization for it. This was obviously a terribly disturbed young man
Michael,
that just had to have been losing his mind.
I want to ask you about what is the sense, and I don't know this from even reading the news, but there is this issue of gun rights and gun control that has come up.
Yeah,
What
are the concealed carry laws where you are?
Well, we have concealed carry laws, and people are allowed to carry weapons. You can get a concealed carry permit. Obviously, the Second Amendment allows us to have arms. Anytime these sort of things happen, you'll always find people that'll start these arguments about whether you should be allowed to have guns or not. But here's the question: is that here's a guy who goes into a church and he murders innocent people that I guarantee you he knew were unarmed. And he used some really crazy excuse that this is for all the rapes, and I forget exactly how he said it, and that you
he used
people are
race
taking over the country.
as an excuse to commit murder. Michael, before we let you go, the latest issue to be inserted into this tragedy is the Confederate flag that flies over the state capitol. Nikki Haley, of course, the governor, refused to remove the flag. I'm curious what the sense is in your neighborhood, what the sense is now following this shooting. Is there a renewed push, you think, to remove that flag?
Not yet. There's certainly people that'll talk about it, but again, I don't think that man or whatever he was motivated by a flag. And the flag doesn't fly over the State House anymore. That was changed in 2000. That's been 15 years now that it's been taken off the State House. And the very idea of people are going to use the murder of innocent people to try to change the landscape of everybody in this state is just ridiculous.
Okay, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate your perspective on that and kind of where you came from with that. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And God bless the people of Charleston.
Yes, we'll keep
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
The star-studded Prism Awards are coming up. Segment star Valerie Milano joins us next.